However, our near-peer rivals, China and Russia, seek to erode our long-standing dominance in air power through long-range fires, anti-axis aerial denial systems, and other asymmetric capabilities designed to counter our strengths. Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage.
So what you just heard him say, he said it in reverse. He said they've developed directed energy weapons that are capable of creating long-range fires. But he said the long-range fires part first, and then the directed energy weapons part second. That was Department of Defense Secretary Mark Esper in 2016 addressing a graduating class of new cadets. You can watch the link will be in the description to the video I've created where that's embedded.
Again, mind you, as this is coming out, they say, oh, and by the way, we got news that Russia was on fire about 30 minutes into this interview, and everybody's watching the interview, and they say, oh, that Moscow is on fire. People were literally thinking, and people still don't know for sure, but they were thinking, wow, did they just try to, go after, Tuck in Russia? Like, is he going to be a part of an accident here? Like, is he going to be in one of the hotels that was mysteriously on fire, or one of the residential buildings? That's at least what people's sentiment was online. They were worried. People were making comments like, protect him at all costs, things like this. Mind you, then we see fires, not just one, but many across the country and in Moscow, ablaze, and it looks like they had some sort of strike or something was going on. So as that is happening, everybody's talking about either the speech or the interview or the fires, and then we hear, oh, JB is coming. The videos here, again, show a very crazy picture. So if you haven't seen some of this stuff yet, there are fires, and we have actually attached to the website multiple videos of this.
Here you can see the roof catching on fire first. It didn't burn from the bottom up, it burned from the top down. That is a classic directed energy plasma fire burn signature that we saw happening in Lahaina, where roofs would catch on fire before any other part of the house. I don't know why or how that works, but it's a pattern that's repeated a lot of times.
Essentially, there's fires in multiple places. It's not just in one little area. As you can see from this other shot, it looks like it's the entire horizon which is on fire. Again, this was they are going to say it's a pipeline, it's this. Well, do you think that that's a coincidence? I'm on the side of leaning towards no. So this is like, pretty crazy if you ask me. Now, this is from Canal 13, Azerbaijan. But yeah, there's many videos that are circulating and that are coming out. Most of them have been verified to actually be where they say. And as far as this isn't just in the city, this is out in the rural areas. Where did all of these fires come from? How did this happen like this? Right? How did this happen? So, how did all of these fires happen in a very, very short amount of time? We do know that we've covered stories where even regular citizens were hired to go and try to, light stuff up. Is it something like that where they said, hey, can you take these to 5 different places and, light some toilet paper behind it and run away? We don't know. Was this a
Marfugel has referenced the video that we watched at the first where the defense secretary says China and Russia have weaponized space. Marfugel has referenced that very speech multiple times. Now he's saying, we have seen these incidents where private people have been hired to run in there, synchronize their watches and grab their rolls of toilet paper and light it up and run away. and he's not mentioning the thing that he's mentioned before so many times, including that speech from Defense Secretary Mark Esper saying that China and Russia have weaponized space with directed energy weapons that are capable of producing long-range fires? Maybe Marf got his marching orders. Shut up. And he is. He's, okay, yeah, we know that, there have been incidents where guys have ran in there and used rolls of toilet paper and lit them up and ran away.
From UKR, was it a drone attack?
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this all happened while the interview with Tucker and Putin was happening.
By the time you're watching the replay, maybe more will come out. Maybe more. We don't know. But just to sum up, again, Putin and Tucker did their interview a couple days ago. They just aired it. Within 30 minutes, Moscow is on fire. It's all over the internet, all over Twitter. We don't know exactly why. And then they say, the president will speak. There's an announcement. So now, because if the president didn't have a speech, all of the CNNs and MSNBCs, everybody would be sitting there. There's 50 million people watching concurrently.
Maybe they were worrying Tucker was going to be in one of these hotels. This is a video I created titled The Grenfell Tower of China Plasma Fire. Where I believe in China, this was an office building, and in the UK, a giant apartment building went up all at once. They call it Grenfell Tower in the UK. I don't know what the name of this office complex was in China that just went up instantly. And they were afraid Tucker might be in one of these hotels that goes up the same way. Here I'm going to show you the first couple of minutes of a video that I titled The Ultimate Do Exhibition of Plasma Fire.
Whoa! I'm videoing it. What the
I think that might be a gas station or something.
I guess. Whoa! Oh! What the? No! No, baby! Oh, no!
Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my God!
Oh dear! Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming!
Whoa! Whoa! I think we are dangerous.
Let's go! Let's go down! Let's go! Whoa! I'm videoing it. What the?
I think that might be a gas station or something.
I guess. Whoa! Oh! What the? No! No, baby! No!
Are we dangerous here?
Yeah, we're dangerous. Oh my God!
Oh dear! Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming.
Whoa! Whoa! I think we are dangerous.
Let's go. Let's go down.
I forgot to turn my microphone on. That was the blast that happened in Tianjin, China at a car manufacturer, and you can see from that giant explosion, these cars that are all burnt, they sure are in a nice, neat, perfect rows and lines and columns. They weren't moved at all. Link will be in the description to that Ultimate Do Weapon exhibition of plasma fire, where I go through and show you some of the still frames of the remnants of what happened there. So this was in Tianjin, China, right after the Chinese did something to devalue their currency that the United States did not like because it messed with our economy, for them to devalue their currency like that. A day later, this was while Obama was in office. A day or two later, this happened, and the timing was coincidentally very near China doing something we don't like when they devalued their currency. So, I've shown hundreds of videos that I've taken myself in 10 different states of these burn signatures just hitting random fence posts and trees. And yeah, maybe it's target practicing. They're tuning in and dialing in their weapons, trying to just test firing it here and there. It's all brand new technology, and they need 100,000 different shots they can take and test fires they can do with it to dial it in and narrow it down to a small region and see how big they can get it in small, etc. Maybe the hundreds of videos that I've taken, like the one recently in Helper, Utah, and I've got at least 6 or 8 from Heber, Utah, where I'm living for the last year, where it's just small burns on fence posts and trees, but they bear the same resemblance, showing that it's electricity burning the tree from the inside. I've shown hundreds of times that doesn't make sense. That's not directed energy. This random burn signatures like Chalkbody and EBTC. What are we shilling for big fence posts? That makes no sense to think directed energy weapon is going to be directed at some random fence post in the middle of Utah or Idaho. So yes, I acknowledge, I know better than anyone else out there leaving in the comment section saying, shut up about geomagnetic induction. It's all directed energy. We're under attack and you're over there calling it geomagnetic induction. I'm very well aware of the existence of these directed energy systems. You might want to make yourself a little more aware of geomagnetic induction and how a fluctuation in the magnetic field creates a surge of ground current that creates the same exact burn pattern. And yes, that energy can be tapped into and directed, as I've explained in previous videos, but there's hundreds of videos I've taken that show this energy seems to be releasing and randomly and sporadically emerging in different places. It doesn't have to be either directed energy or geomagnetic induction. It can be both and. And maybe the reason they need so many test fires out in random places where it won't be seen and won't really affect very much is so they can narrow it down to hit a specific house and not the house next to it. Like my neighbor's house in Springville. And I won't get into it, but the day my mom died, a few hours later, so did her worst enemy in this world. The one person she hated the most died in a mysterious fire that blew the front door off their house and bears all the burn signatures of plasma fire. So, we're dealing in some mysterious stuff going on here. Probably shouldn't jump to too many conclusions too quickly.